Okay, Salakia. Okay, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakakadash, and double honor to Yahweh and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to your elect. Now, I just want to kind of do a little lesson on, a quick video on, a conversation that basically happened in school, where I just cut these two Muslims. They're basically trying to um devalidate. They basically were trying to devalidate the scriptures by saying it's being changed and all this extra stuff. But without further ado, um I'm gonna explain what happened at the start, and then I'm gonna read the scripture. So basically, I was in school, I was in college, and then my teacher, the lesson that was in, the teacher said she agnostic. The next thing she knows, she comes around and we doing a lesson, quote unquote religion. So she comes around on the other side, and you got these two. I believe one of them, one Somali and one Libyan, both both partakers of that Islam. I believe the Somalian was a Jake though, if not both of them, But she was they were basically asking her, what if one's the way, and it's set out to be true. So this Libyan one is saying the Bible's been changed based on my understanding and what I've heard. All this all based on what I've heard. Bro, I put these guys in the hot seat because the teacher basically asked them about you basically was going into languages of the scripture. I said, okay, I've heard it now. Let me answer. I was like, let me answer this. The Old Testament, if you're looking at the Old Testament, it was written in Greek. Salakia. If you're looking at the Old Testament, it was written in, the ancient Paleo Hebrew. Apart from, the book of Daniel, that was written in Aramaic, due to the captivity. And also the New Testament was written in Greek. And like, the teacher was like, oh, we have a scholar in here. So these guys basically asked me a question. So don't you think that it's been changed? So I was like, no, because if listen, we can't even read. I can't read the Paleo Hebrew fluently. So even the teacher made a point. So like people and the person in a different country, we see the scriptures as for example as English, but a person in French or a person in Spanish will see it written after the language that they know and they speak, and that the language that they speak and they write. So I said, the Somali one said to me, okay, so what do you mean? That's why he asked me why can't I fluently read the ancient Paleo Hebrew. But in my head, I'm like, first of all, we've been Hellenized. Second of all, we've been discontinued from our heritage. It's like, for example, someone takes your great great grandfather from like one side of the world and bring him to a place where he doesn't know and he doesn't know the language. Say for example, Turkey or Russia, China, a country would with a different language, and he ends up having his children there, and going so on and so forth till it gets to to the son, because remember I mentioned the great grandfather. It gets down to all the way down to his great great grandson. So his great great grandson, he isn't really going to remember, the ways of his great great grandfather. He's just gonna remember, oh, he did these things, oh, he spoke this language, but he's not gonna be able to speak it like his great great grandfather was, because they've been Hellenized, because he's basically living in another part of the world where they speak a different language. So his tongue is going to be his tongue after living there because he lives there, he's gonna grow accustomed to it, and that's the language he's gonna speak. And I feel like he was getting. I feel like he was getting it. Like, like I said, world. In the New Testament, you have cosmos, you have oikomies, um, you have aeon or eon. With I said cosmos is a particular selection or arrangement, which we something that we all know. Oikomies, the whole inhabitants. Beast. I believe everything. Everyone. In existence. I, Aeon or Eon, that's talking about an age. I really wanted to make this lesson quick, but I was putting them, on the hot seat. I was like, okay, what did Salaki, what did I say again? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, something that I did say is that, okay, I'm like, yo, these guys are really trying to think that they can, pressurize me. So I remember at the end I asked this guy, so he said, oh yeah, he's trying, because they're trying to sell the teacher. So, oh yeah, we have free will, to do what we want, so that we can what do you call it? So I could apply for uni. So I jumped into this because the other one, right? The other one, I feel he's had enough of me. So I was calling him, I was like, come back, because he didn't want to answer. So I stepped to this other guy while he was talking. I was like, yo, even if you apply to uni, whether you get into that uni, isn't it not still the will of the Most High? And even the teacher was getting it. She was like, yeah, determinism, and she, she believes in all these things of the world, like feminism and stuff. Yeah, but they were getting caught because I remember I watched obviously the Men of Valor live camp when they were doing that break, when they were cutting up Islam, and I took notes. So it was like, yo, the way you say king in Arabic is Malik. The way you say king in Hebrew is Malak. The way you say woman or a lady in Arabic is Isha. The way you say in Hebrew is Ayasha. The way you say the way you say son in Arabic is Ibn. The way you say son in Hebrew is Ban. And it was like, at first it was like, yo, where did this guy learn Arabic? The facial expression on their faces. But I'm gonna read this precept quickly and then get back to the story. For I will give, this is Salakia, this is Luke 21:15. For I will give you a mouth of wisdom and Salakia, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom which your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. So because these guys, they were trying to come up against me, and I was just cutting them left, right, and center. I can't lie, I was like, when I got home, because I finished school early, I was like, yo, Bashim, yo, Shai, I hope you're proud of me today. I'm being very honest, because I was smiling after that. After I was cutting them up so bad, I was like, yeah, I'm sharpening it up. I was like, I was smiling, I was like, this was good for me. I'm glad that the Lord had this happen. I'm also go to Isaiah 45 and 14. I'm also continue with the story, because they're trying to say, oh, the Quran is backed up by science, but the Quran ain't nothing but a watered down Bible. And they don't, I remember I put these guys in a hot seat. To be honest, they didn't even give me a good, they didn't really do well. I'll just be straight up. This girl that I caught up, I won't lie, she did do good. I don't know if it's because I know more now, but she seemed to do better to me. I'm trying to make this quick, but and the thing, you gotta remember, these guys, they're trying to bring Islam to here. But when I'm cutting them up with the scriptures, because she could my teacher, she could have been a speckled bird, but but she may have probably been an Edomite. I'm obviously not sure. She could have come, from one of the other nations. This is Isaiah 45 and 14. Thus saith the Lord, the labor of Egypt and merchandise of Ethiopia, and all of the Sabaeans, men of stature, shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine. They shall come after thee in chains, they shall come over and fall down unto thee. They shall surely make supplications unto thee, saying, surely the Most High is in thee, and there is none, and there is none else. There is no God. That's them denouncing their gods and say, wait, these guys, you know, their God is real. You know what have we been believing in? And come to learn our ways, man. And like it says in Psalms 96 and 5. I was like, I have to do some type of video on this, thanks or brothers, because I couldn't, some of the time I was like, I'm trying to get someone to video, but a lot of the time there's no one there at the time, that I need them. Because even today I had another conversation with these two Jake females. And like, you're actually really, really smart. I was like, yeah, no. I was giving them the scriptures, breaking it down. We was talking about Esau. I was like, okay, one of them said they know about Esau. So I was like, okay, what do you know about him? And this is Psalms 96 and 5. For all the nation of gods, for all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord have made the heavens. All these, the God of Islam, they say Allah, you ain't got no power, man. All these different gods, man. Cause you can see, you'll see that, that Islam deception cut on my channel, by the men of Allah. If you just, scroll up or down. But I just want to pretty much, I just wanted to close it out there. I've, give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Ruach HaKodesh. Until next time, Shalom.